What's up, good people? Welcome to the world of Prince. And today I want to talk about something really exciting. As you all may have heard, it was announced a couple of days ago that it's a Hunter x Hunter game coming out, developed by 18 studios of Marvel's Capcom 3 fame. It's called Hunter x Hunter Nin Impact. I was want to make this video and kind of predict some of the characters that's coming out. I'm a huge fan of Hunter x Hunter. It's probably like top 3 animes of all time for me. Super excited that it's coming out. How I'm gonna do it is go by like arc by arc. I'm gonna go by the major arcs, not every arc. I'm gonna go by the Hunter x Hunter, the Hunter Exam arc, the Zodiac Family arc, Heaven's Arena, York New City arc, and the Chimera Ant arc. There are obviously other arcs, and I'm not gonna go into any of the arcs covered in the manga. Without any further ado, let's get into it. First, let's look at Aiden as developers. They have an extensive background developing fighting games, specifically anime fighting games. Before 2001, they seem to have been developing under Raising, and to my surprise, Raising developed Bloody Roar, which is one of my favorite fighting games back in 1997. I would say their most notable works include Marvel's Capcom 3, Naruto Class of Ninja, the series, and DNF Duel more recently. As far as seeing what characters might be added for the upcoming Hunter x Hunter game, let's take a look at some of the numbers for the starting rosters of their other fighting games that they developed. Bloody Roar 2, for instance, launched back in 1999, and they had a starting roster of around 11. Naruto Class of Ninjas 2 with around 20 characters back in 2006. Bloody Roar 4 later launched in 2004 with around 19 characters. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, it launched with 19 back in 2008. Marvel's Capcom 3 launched back in 2011 with around 24. So just looking at those, we can see that probably 18, 19, 20 is probably a good amount to base it off of. Just thinking that it's going to be 3 versus 3. I think 20 is what I'm going to be comfortable going with. So going forward, we're going to go with the number 20 as how many I think is a good starting roster number for Hunter x Hunter. So starting with the Hunter Exam arc, there was a lot of characters introduced in this arc that was pretty cool. We're going to obviously go ahead and let's do this. This would be a lot easier. Those are the ones we already know for sure are going to be in the roster. The 2 I'm going to choose is first, my good boy. Where is he? I just saw him not too long ago. Hanzo. I think they can have a lot of fun with his ninjutsu and the fact that he's a shinobi, just because they have a lot of experience with that particular playstyle with the Naruto series. So yeah, I hope they can, have some fun with him. He will be my first pick. And my pick number 2 from this arc is Illumi. So yeah, I want to add Illumi next. I think his manipulation Nin and his Nin needles are just cool. They can have a lot of fun with him and make him a really interesting type of character. Yeah, and he's Killua's older brother. He's a part of the Zodiac family, so plot, all that is there. So I think he's kind of a shoo-in. Next is the Zodiac family arc, and here is where they introduce the Zodiac family of assassins, which Killua is a part of. The first one I want to add is Canary. She is one of the butlers, that protects the mansion from outsiders, I'm assuming. She was able to take down a pro hunter. She's from Meteor City, and I think we can have a lot of fun with her. I always have liked Canary just as a character design, period. The fact that she's black, the fact that she's just, really cool. And, her race isn't really put on the forefront. It's just, that she's cool, she's stylish, she's, I always thought she would be a cool character to add in the game. And, if I can add her to a fighting game, let's absolutely do it. Canary, let's go, baby. So Canary would be my first pick. Next is going to be, I don't know if I can see him. Looking for Golta. Oh, there he is. Jeez, that's when I say his name. All right, next one I want to add is Golta. And let's go ahead and delete this one too. This one really don't make sense. So I'm just gonna put the ones that I want, and then what we're gonna do for our final roster. That makes the most sense to me. Next is going to be Silva, the current head of the Zodiac family and Killua's father. So I think he obviously would be a good addition to add to the game as a fighting game character. They showed off a lot of his gameplay in later arcs, but he's just a cool character. He's like one of the strongest emitters along with his father. So I think he'd be a shoo-in. And again, for plot, Killua's father and all, let's do it. So I think he's going to be one of the ones to choose. And the next one's going to follow suit. and it's going to be Zenos Zoldyck, the father of Silva, and just like him, he's a very strong emitter. He's just a very cool character, and I think he'll be a good addition. But next up is going to be the New York New City arc, and of course this is where Kurapika pops pussy. He pops off and, you know, has his big fight with Uvagon. But yeah, this is where mostly the Phantom Troop was introduced, so I'm going to pick my 2, which is tough, from this arc. And just to be clear, any of the Phantom Troop members that we added would be dope. Any of them, literally. But the first one I'm going to add, which is a pretty big significant part of the arc, was Uvagon and Kurapika. So I'm going to be adding him, and he's going to be one of the strongest enhancers we're going to see throughout the series. And he's a cool character, man. I think Uvagon is going to be a very good character to add. I think he's a good pick and a pretty good shoo-in too. Next, I'm going to be adding Chrollo, who's going to be the leader of the Phantom Troop. And of course, he is a specialist and is shown throughout the series to be one of the strongest nin users, period. So he's going to be a strong character to fight. He was even able to fight Silva and Zeno Zoldyck at the same time, and he was able to survive. It was pretty crazy. Pretty good fight is going to happen in this arc. I think he'd be a good character to add to the game. Obviously, you know, he's a very important character in Hunter x Hunter. So, you know, again, I think he's another one of those shoo-ins, and he's going to be, his gameplay style is going to be very interesting. And next, we're going to go into the Greed Island arc. The first character I'm going to add from here is going to be Biscuit Kruger. She's the teacher of Wing, who is Golden Killua's teacher of Nin. Biscuit has been shown to have some strong Nin. I think she'd be a dope character to add to the game. The next character I'm going to choose from the Greed Island arc is going to be getting through. Damn, it's hard to find. He was shown to be a really strong Nin user with his little bomber ability, and his Nin just seemed to be pretty strong. And I think they can have a lot of fun with his like bomb ability, just using that as like a game mechanic in general. So I'll be excited to see what they would use with him, but he will be my next pick from the Greed Island arc. So it looks like I got a little ahead of myself. So I'm about to go back and add the Heaven's Arena arc. The first character I'm going to add from there is Wing, who is going to be Golden Killua's first teacher. Now they don't show too much from Wing, but I mean he's a teacher of Nin, so he's obviously powerful. He's an enhancer, I believe, so you know it'd be cool just to see what he can really do, because they have full liberty. They don't really show too much of him in the anime, at least, of what he can do. So I think he'd be a good character to add to the game. And next we're going to add his student Lucy. And he's going to be a good character to add to the game, because I think he's just cool. They don't show too much of his gameplay. It looks like he has a really strong Nin, and is you know, proven to be not as exceptional as Killua and Gon, but you know, still like, I think it's like a 1 in 100,000 student or a person with a rare ability that was his stats or something. It's pretty important in the Hunter Arena arc, so I think it'd be cool to add. No disrespect for the Hunter Arena arc. We're gonna move on to honestly the most important arc, in my opinion, in all of Hunter x Hunter, and that is the Chimera Ant arc. Obviously there's a super high amount of cool characters that were introduced in this arc. So I'm gonna just try to pick 3. It's gonna be hard for me even pick 3. I really want to pick 4, but we're just gonna keep it tight with the 20 roster in mind. Alright, the first one I'm going to add is going to be Gene Freaks. Well, he technically was introduced in Hunter Arena arc, but we're going to put him here. So Gene, of course, is going to be a very powerful Nin user. I don't remember specifically what Nin ability he has, but obviously he's like really strong. He's Gon's father. He's like the central plot point of Hunter x Hunter, honestly, for the most part, like finding him. So he's a shoo-in. Obviously, I think they can have liberty with him because they don't go over his abilities too much in the anime. Maybe more in the manga. But yeah, he's the first pick. Again, weird. I didn't mean to put him here because he's not introduced technically in this arc. Next is going to be, I might be butchering that name, but yeah, next is Nethropito. She's one of the royal guards for the king. They were proven to be very powerful throughout the Chimera Ant arc. Like they just were. So obviously they would be a very important and cool character to add, and you know, it's a shoo-in for me. Really hope they add this character. The last character I want to add is King Meruem, and of course he's been proven to be super strong in the Hunter x Hunter anime, in this saga. And he's obviously been proven to be super strong. Like it took Chairman Netero, like one of the strongest hunters in the whole manga, to take him on, and he really couldn't still beat him at with natural causes. He eventually did you know, succumb. You can watch the anime, but yeah, he wasn't even able to beat Chairman Netero, so that's just proving how strong he even was. Meruem is going to be the last character I'm going to add, and with that, that is our list so far. All right, so now that we got these characters down, let's see if we can do a top 20. So let's see. Damn, is that our starting roster? Gon, Killua, well, Gon, Leorio, Killua, Hisoka, Kurapika, Chairmanetero, Hanzo, Lumi, Nefabito, Miriam, Canary, Jin, Wing, Bushi, Ubugin, Kolo, Silva, Biscuit, Zeno, and Ginthru. Yeah, I think it's gonna be our top 20. Dang, you didn't make the cut. That's our top 20. So let me know what you guys think of this top 20 in the comments below. Like, do you agree with it? Do you think it's good, bad? Who would you personally want to add? Let's tussle down in the comments. This has been Prince, and I'm out.